Okay, so we have an application problem here that we're going to look at, and we have to pay attention to this. Do not skip past this because your homework has a couple of these, right? That you have to be able to make some sense out of and work on. All right, so let's just start how we always should start by just reading it. A robotics competition team is preparing for a tournament. We have a robotics team here, so we should be able to relate to this. The team's captain is ordering custom t-shirts for each of the members. The t-shirts cost $8 each, so this is the printer's cost, right? The t-shirts cost $8 each, plus a one-time setup fee of $25. And then sales tax on the entire order is 8%. All right. The team decides that the members will split the cost of the t-shirts equally and that the team's captain and vice captain will not have to pay for the shirts. So when I first read this, it was a little confusing, but I think it's important to just kind of break this up into two things. We're talking about composition of functions, right? So basically we can write a function for what the t-shirts are going to cost, right? And then we can write a function for how many people are buying t-shirts, right? How many people are paying for t-shirts? So this is like the cost, right? And the teams, and then this is how many people buying t-shirts, right? So it's not saying how many people are getting t-shirts, it's saying how many people are paying for t-shirts, right? Buying or paying for, right? And that's kind of important to the problem. So it says, the first thing it says is write a function c of x that represents the total cost of the t-shirts, where x is the number of team members. All right, so the total cost, right, is going to be, well, they're $8 each, and we don't know how many people are. We know there's x people, so it's going to be 8 times x, right? And I'm going to move this over a little bit, and you'll see why in a second. All right, so we're going to have 8x. And then there's a one-time setup fee of $25. So whatever. So if you have 10 t-shirts, you got $80 plus you got to pay that $25, right? And so let's say that we have 80 plus 25, $105, right? In my hypothetical world, and then you have to pay sales tax on that entire order. So it's 8%. So it's not 8% on the 25. It's not 8% just on this. It's 8% on the whole order. So the way we write that to show total cost is when somebody says sales tax and you want to figure out what the total price is, not just the sales tax but the price with tax, is you always go 1 point and then you put your percentage. So my percentage is 8, so you go 0.8. So we're going to multiply this whole thing by 1.08, and then that is going to give me the total cost of the shirts. All I need to know is how many shirts am I making, right? Not how many people are buying, but how many shirts am I making, right? Total number of team members. All right, so that's how you set up part A. And then part B, it says write a function to represent the number of team members who pay for the t-shirts. Well, I know it's going to be the same number of people who are, right? So it's not the same number of people who are getting shirts, right? There's 2 less because it says the team's captain and vice captain. So captain, vice captain. So 2, right? So it's 2 fewer people. So if X is the total number of shirts, right, or number of team members, okay, then you're going to take 2 away from that. And so this is your second function. All right. So it's pretty simple the way they have it broken down for you. It's not complicated. All right. Now it says find c divided by n of x and explain what this function represents. So what c of n of x represents. All right, so where we left off, right, is we are going to do a division problem here. It says c of n, so you're going to divide the total cost by the number of team members and the number of team members that are paying for the shirt. So what this function is going to represent, right, because think about this, this is total cost, all right, total cost, and then this is number of people paying, all right, and so what this will represent is cost for each person paying, all right? Because basically what you're doing is you're splitting the cost of 2 of the shirts up amongst the other people, right? And so that's how you figure this out. And so that's what the function represents, right? It represents this cost for each person that's paying. And then, so now what we're going to do is we're going to just build this function, right? So we're going to go C over N, okay? And then the cost was 1.08 times 8x plus 25, right? Because it was $25 setup fee, $8 a shirt. There's your tax. And then the other part was x minus 2, okay? And they're not saying simplify it or anything. They're just saying build it, right? And so this, we built it, and this is what the function looks like. And you could actually use this in theory to figure out what everybody would wind up paying, the people who are paying. All right, now it says, if the team has 15 members, how much does each paying team member contribute to the cost of the t-shirt? So all you have to do for this is substitute. That's it. You're just substituting 15 in for x. That's it. This is the easiest thing in the world, and you guys can totally do this. So you're going to go 8 times 15, right, because that's what x is. All right, and now do this. So use a bracket, and we'll put 15 there to show you where we're substituting it. All right, close your bracket, and then you're going to divide this by 15 minus 2. Right? So basically, this will be 1.08 times, well, this is 120. Right, plus 25. Okay, so you got this plus 25, so you got 145, right, times 1.08 divided by 13. All right, and then this is just a calculator problem, as I like to say. So we're going to go 1.08 times 145 gives me 156.6, right? And I'll just write this to show the intermediate steps, right? Divided by 13. Now we're going to divide by 13, and you get, this is what the number you get, 12.04615, and it just keeps going, right? And so in real life terms, what you would do is to make sure you have enough money to pay for the shirt, you always round up, right? So we go 12.05 cents per paying person, or we'll say paying member. All right, so the paying members, which are, there's 13, right? So there's 13 paying members, right? Because you take the 2 off that are the president and vice president, because they get, you know, they don't have to pay for their shirt, probably because they work hard, right? And then the other 13 people cover the costs, right? So if you think about it, that's pretty fair. It's $16 for 2 shirts, right? And if 13 people are covering it, you're each paying, you know, a little over $1 more. And I think that's worth it for not having to deal with all the headache of running a group, right? So this is your answer, right? $12.05 per paying member. And once the way they have it set up, honestly, if you just can remember how to kind of work with tax and all that, it's a pretty straightforward problem. All right, so good luck with this, and we will possibly see you on maybe one more video about the homework, but I haven't decided yet which ones we're going to do, so we will see.